Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Tuesday the 19th of the 1st 2021. The time is just coming up to 0500, 5 o'clock in the morning GMT, UK time. Asian session coming to a close, European session starting to fire up. Our lunchtime in the UK is the North American US session. So let's make a start then. I've written up yesterday's daily flows to help us along. So Monday then, 18th, yesterday, we had a positive opposed driver, positive driver in the yen, plus 67, a positive rock in the dollar, plus 9, and we had front and backdoor flows, and they were the opposing negative flows, which were going into the yen, were predominantly coming out of the pound complex at minus 53, and a little bit, and the euro was still a little bit soft at minus 23 as a complex, and that was on activity of plus or minus 76. So now let's have a look at the intra-week flows. So this is intra-week. Intra-week. So this is from Monday, the 18th, to about 15 minutes ago. So this is intra-week. We've got the yen on its own on the negative side, the dollar, pound and euro. So let's have a look at the figures. Plus 52 for the euro, plus 24 for the pound, plus 1 for the dollar, and minus 77 for the yen. And this is on activity of plus or minus 77. So we've got a negative unopposed driver in the yen. So there's no backdoor flows. We've got a positive rock in the dollar, a positive mover in the pound, and a positive secondary driver in the euro. Right, so all we need to do now before we can start having a think about what's going on is look at the intraday flows, which is what's happened so far today. So this is Tuesday, which is today, the 19th of the 1st. Right, what have we got? We've got yen dollar on the negative, euro pound on the positive, plus 77 for the pound, plus 75 for the euro, minus 7 for the dollar, and minus 145 for the yen. And that's on activity of plus or minus 152. And so we've got a negative opposed driver in the yen, a negative rock in the dollar, a positive mover in the euro, and a positive secondary driver in the pound. Right, so we'll just have a look what's going to knock this stuff about. Well, Tuesday we've got a mix of data, but really looking over just a little bit further to Wednesday, we've got the Biden's inauguration in the States, obviously, and then we've got the CAD rates decision tomorrow. Thursday we've got the yen and the euro rates decision, and what have we got next week? We've got the Fed rates decision on the Wednesday. Okay, so it's sort of very busy in terms of rates decisions, starting really from tomorrow. So there's a Wednesday to Wednesday next week box of significant rates decisions, if you like. So and we had this Keystone pipeline noise yesterday, and we also had the China GDP, which was allegedly the only country, major economy to have a positive growth during the year. So that's the sort of background. So let's just have a look at the flows then. So yesterday we had a positive opposed driver in the yen. So we had sort of a semi risk off situation. And we had, if you look at equities, they've been thumped down. They've come up off the floor, and they're sort of at a lower support level. Likewise, for gold, oil, and if you look at copper as well, copper's quite an interesting one. That's in a similar situation. Yesterday we had a bit of yen strength, and then this is all completely changed. So now we've got intra-week flows and intra-day flows. We've got yen weakness being the dominant factor. So on an intra-week basis, we've got the yen as the unopposed negative driver, with the dollar holding pretty steady at +1, and the euro pumping up, and the pound getting a bit of positive flows as well. Now, if you remember yesterday, we said watch out for a bounce in the euro. Well, it didn't. The bounce in the euro didn't happen during yesterday's session, but it's actually started to happen this morning over the Asian session. So the euro has bounced, and then the yen has come off quite significantly. And in the Asian session this morning, we've got significant yen weakness, although it's now the opposed negative driver, and we've got a bit of dollar weakness. So this is classic risk on, yen dollar. That's classic risk on, and euro pound evenly soaking up the opposing front and back door flows. So right, let's rub this off. So where does that leave us then? Now oil's the interesting one. Oil, you've got this Keystone pipeline issue, which is viewed as negative on the CAD, but in terms of the overall oil market, the oil market has got two effective things which will augment it on the up, give it a kick up the pants. Basically, you've got this China sort of recovery growth story, and you've actually got the bulk of the oil market in terms of price being benefiting from this Keystone pipeline decision, which can be viewed effectively as a restriction on supply, if you like. So we think oil is going to have a big thump up, and normally when you get oil up, you tend to get dollar weakness. So we think the dollar is going to weaken. The yen here is the unopposed negative driver, which is either a floor or the start of a big ramp down, and we think this is likely to be a big ramp down. We think that the equity transmission is finally going to start kicking in off the back of this China growth story, and interestingly, the the Hong Kong exchanges for equities have been doing very well, but if you dig a little bit deeper, they're doing well because of China flows into the stock exchange, whereas actual indigenous domestic Hong Kong and flows are actually coming out. So that tells you a little bit of how what's going on there. But anyway, on balance, then equities are going to start charging up. The yen's transmission will probably kick in. You're going to get weak yen, oil charging up. So what are we left with? We're left with the pound and the euro. The euro, if you get dollar weakness, you're likely going to get de facto euro strength. So we think the euro complex is going to start coming up, and so we've got, and you might get a little bit of pound strength, but pound strength is more likely to be neutral. So the main movers, and obviously if you get a weaker dollar, but you get equities going up, this is pulling gold in two ways, if you like. So gold is going to get pulled up from the weaker dollar, but it's going to get pulled down via better yields in the equity markets. So you're going to get a more neutral to, I would say, more neutral to up on gold. It's not going to be a major flyer, we don't think, whereas oil is. So just to wrap it up then, that's what we think is going to happen. Where's the best place to be then? So the euro complex has been really thumped down, so it's got plenty of elbow room to come up. So you certainly want to be long the euro. You want, if you're commodity trading, you want to be long oil, or have a long bias anyway. And the dollar's going to start coming off to a degree, but the dollar yen may well see a bit of uptick, and but probably the biggest bang for your buck is going to be long euro yen, because you're going to get both barrels helping you out there. So I hope that was helpful. That's what we're expecting. We're not actually in any trades at the moment because of just the way the flows are going, but if we were, we'd be having a look at what we've just said. We'd have probably a go at long oil, probably look at dollar yen on the long side and the euro yen as well. Equities are likely to pump as well. So hope that was useful. See you tomorrow. Thank you.